Amanda, and you are watching ESC Fan TV.
They are representing themselves in Eurovision with Michael Rice, winner of BBC One's All Together Now, with the song Bigger Than Us. Interestingly, co-written by John Lundvik, who you will see on stage with Sweden this year. Obviously, the UK is one of the big five. They get through to the grand final automatically. Now, let's be honest, the UK's record in Eurovision is, on the long term, if we're looking at a long-term view, the UK's record has been quite good. They last won in 1997, however. Their best showing in the last 10 years was 5th in 2009. That was Jay Dewin with My Time. And if you're looking at the short term, Lucy Jones came 15th in 2017. Eurovision pedigree, obviously, not quite there. And it was almost insult to injury, I'm going to say this, insult to injury last year when Caesar Sampson took the stage for Austria and the UK commentator told us that it was a song rejected by the BBC for their selection process last year, and it won the jury vote. So on that basis, let's go to our two patriots in the room. Michael Rice, Bigger Than Us. Is this going to be the best UK showing in 10 years?
Yeah, no, it's rubbish. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only teasing. I think, do you know what? I think he might do quite well. Phil's dropped it, you see. Yeah. I think he might do quite well. I listened back to it again today, and he sings it really well. I think if he hits those high notes, I think with some good staging, I think we'll do. I reckon that we're 14th.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I sort of agree. It wasn't my favourite when I heard it in the national final, but it has grown on me. And I know that's not necessarily a great thing for Eurovision, but with the right staging, if it can make an impact, then I think it could do okay.
Yeah, they need to sort the choreography out. Bless him. He looked like a sack of spuds just stood there, didn't he? But I think they'll sort him out. He'll be all right. I think we'll do well.
Well, I would have to say this to you guys. I don't know if you saw that Michael Rice performed in Croatia at the weekend. And I would say maybe he has sorted the choreography out. Someone who'll be able to give us a better view on that, I know, is someone who's watched it themselves, and that's Joanne. Michael Rice, Bigger Than Us. Is that performance now bigger than it once was?
He's getting better and better and better. And from someone who was there watching him when You Decide, and he lit the whole sort of stage up then. I can just imagine what it's going to be like come Tel Aviv. I'm looking forward to the weekend to see how he performs in Amsterdam and the following week in London. And I just think he's getting better and better all the time. And he's engaging with the fans, and people like him. People like the song. Whether that then portrays across to Joe Public and the juries on the night, it remains to be seen. But I think he'll do really well. I can see. I'm optimistically thinking top 10. Be great. Absolutely great.
Let's bring Mitchell in on this conversation. Now, the UK has done a lot to try and improve their staging in recent years. I'd say we've come a very, very, very long way, certainly from over the last 5 years. Do you think this is a plus point that's going to stand in Michael's favour this year?
Well, nothing can beat getting hit in the face when you're a violinist, but I guess it will. I think, yeah. The weird thing is, I think that stripped back this is okay. I quite like the bright lights in the national selection. If they could kind of emulate that on the actual stage, I really liked that. Yeah, and. Yeah, I think the staging's pretty good. I love this song. The first time I heard it, it was the only version. Like, they had the weird thing that you had two versions, and I was like, this better be the version that goes. And yeah, and when you find out it's written by Laurell Barker, it's a real typical Laurell Barker song. But no, it's great, and I love that it progressed as well. It's like I could probably name 5 songs that's progressed like that this year. So it's in a really small caliber, and I think it's going to be excellent. One of the best from UK.
High praise indeed. Now, we've listened to the panel. Obviously, we can't decide whether the UK is a qualifier or a non-qualifier because it qualifies anyway. So I'm going to ask the panel to tell me where they think the UK will come. And you've got some choices here. You can go for winner. You can go top 5. You can go top 10. You can go mid-table and bottom 5. So you've got 5 choices there, panel. Okay. And we'll start with Ness. Where do you think Michael's going to end up on the scoreboard come May the 18th?
Top 10.
Okay. Oben.
Tom, I really think that he's the dark horse. He's the dark horse in this contest, and he's going to do top 10, if not top 5.
Okay. Mitchell.
For sure, well, I don't know. I say in a perfect world, top 5 if UK had justice. But we'll have to see. You have to work really hard. For some reason, I don't know, but you guys have to work really hard just to get a good rank.
Okay. Phil and Michelle.
Yeah, I'm going to go top 10. I think he deserves to get top 10.
I forgot what the options were. 14.
Mid-table.
Mid-table. Joanne.
Top 10, I hope.
Okay. And going across to my co-host, Stuart. Stuart, what are we thinking in terms of this? Is the chat room on board with the top 10 placing?
Well, no one's actually, one person has 15th to 20th. So that's not great, is it? But generally, there's quite a lot of love for the UK. There's a few saying it'll do okay, a few saying that which is really encouraging. Look, I'm usually the eternal optimist with the UK song. This year, I just can't do it to myself. So I'm almost expecting the worst and hoping for the best. I was with Oben and Joe when this song was announced. I'm delighted that it's going. I think it probably, in reflection, was the right song to go for the UK. Let's see what it does. But someone said to me, "Well, how are the UK going to get any points because Brexit and all that? Brexit." And my reply, Tom, was bollocks to Brexit. Europe never gives us any points anyway. We only ever get points from Israel, Austria, and Malta. So what does it really ever matter? And can I just also make the point that Michael Rice tweeted this week that he's going to every country. He will experience a local delicacy. Michael, you've got my Instagram account. Hook me up. Let's go and have a chat in Amsterdam this weekend. Look forward to it.
Awesome. Now, my view on this is this. I think the BBC have been quite canny. I think the BBC have realised now that the televotes are kept separate from the jury. I think after a few years, they've actually realised that no one really picks up the phone and votes for the UK. Okay, and I think they looked at what Caesar Sampson did last year with his song, and I think they have gone out for the jury vote 100%. I am expecting this to do really, really, really well with the juries and pick up just a few televotes, and I suspect it will finish probably around 10th position. If it's not in the top 10, it's going to be just beneath the top 10, and that'll be probably due to a low televote and nothing to do with the jury vote. He says, fingers crossed, probably the kiss of death.